Man, with the way my Dallas Mavericks have been struggling this year, it is no secret that they are involved with a bunch of different trade rumors, and I'm going to analyze one of them today. What is up, you guys? Lindy Endzone is back with another video. What is up? Man, my Mavs do not look good at all. They don't. Um, so it's no shock that obviously there's going to be trade rumors out there, especially with big ticket players that are underperforming or just can't seem to stay healthy. And in the case of my Mavericks, being 23rd in the league in average points per game, doesn't speak a whole lot. So today I wanted to cover a trade rumor that I have found, and I'm going to analyze it for a little bit here. But before we get into that, I want to take the time to give thanks to everybody that's been a part of the slow going of the channel. I appreciate it. I'm currently at 41 subscribers right now. I didn't really see this coming in a matter of 2 to 3 months, but I definitely appreciate it. We're 9 away from the big 50 and 50. So, I mean, it's cool. It's cool and all, but I'm gonna definitely want to strive for the bigger numbers. So let's get into this. One team that came up in talks here, which is it's kind of weird at the same time because the guy who wrote this article, he involved the New Orleans Pelicans. And it's weird to me because we're looking at a team that has similar struggles. They're sitting a position. They're sitting one spot behind us right now in the Western Conference. They're sitting at 14th. The Mavericks are sitting at 13th. And lo and behold, this transaction involves Kristaps Porzingis. Now, with good reason. Yeah, I get it. You know, and this is the gamble that part of me wishes that Dallas did not try to take up, because we're talking about a player who's only 25 years old right now, and with the amount of issues with his knee that he has been having, for a guy that's 7'2", 7'3", they don't just go away, and it's going to nag him definitely for the rest of his career. Especially playing under a head coach that doesn't know how to manage his minutes. one game he's playing 30 plus minutes. The next game he's sitting. The next game he's playing 30 minutes again. The next game he's sitting. So I don't know why it's difficult to find a middle ground and let KP, get slowly back into a groove and try and play through the knee as best as possible, so he's not overexerting all at once. But so let's get into this. So the transaction involves the Mavericks receiving Eric Bledsoe, J.J. Redick, Jackson Hayes, and it would appear to be 2 or 3 first round picks, if I'm reading this correctly. First round pick via the Lakers, a top 8 protected. So I'm going to take that as 3 first rounders, in which all the Pelicans receive is Porzingis. Okay. I got a couple of problems right away. Number one, if it's 3 first-round picks, there is no way that the um, that the Pelicans are going to accept this deal if they're just getting Porzingis, especially when they're receiving a player who is guaranteed almost $95 million. Um, in team totals, the Mavericks are only sitting at about 250 million, whereas the Pelicans are sitting at 320 million. So there doesn't seem to be just an even compromise there. Now, granted, they're dumping Eric Bledsoe, in which he comes with guarantees of almost 40 million. They're dumping that, but that still puts them over when this exchange would occur. And man, I just don't see it. Like three, I don't see us getting 3 players, 3 first rounders, and all the Pelicans get is Porzingis. Either they're going to ask for more than that, or they're going to want us to give them pick just to get this contract off of our hands. Because over the course of time, Porzingis is owed 31 million next year, 34 the next, and then he has a player option in 2023 for 36. That's not gonna. That to me, that just doesn't bode well. I think Porzingis is being overvalued here. And the next thing is, I don't see us inheriting 2 more shooting guards when we already have decent depth on the roster with guys like Jalen Brunson and Trey Burke, who are still under contract for a relatively good period of time. We still have Trey Burke until the end of the 2022 season. Jalen Brunson is going to be gone after the 2021-2022 season. So our depth there it's pretty much solid. They're okay players in the minutes that they're given, but I just don't see adding 2 more shooting guards, let alone veterans. JJ Redick is sitting at 36 years old, and he's in the last year of his contract. He signed a 2-year deal back in 2019 with the Pelicans, and his numbers aren't very. I'll just say his numbers aren't very good. I'll just put it at that. But he's basically just a 3-point role player. He doesn't get that much playing time anyway for New Orleans. The only guy I would have some intrigue on is Jackson Hayes. We're talking about let me get back to the notes here. Can't find him for a minute, but we're talking about a kid who's still in his rookie deal. I know that he showed some promise last year before Steven Adams arrived. He looked pretty good as a rim protector. He likes being around just underneath the basket, and he has a bit of a ferocity to him. So as far as the future goes, I would maybe like Jackson Hayes, but then again, there'd have to be some tweaks here and there, because I don't want 2 more shooting guards, especially trying to carry on Eric Bledsoe's contract of an extra $40 million when we have capable guys on our roster already. And if we were to do that, then I would have to get rid of a guy like Dwight Powell or Maxi Kleber. I mean, they're still on contract through the end of the 2022 season, but nobody is going to want a guy who averages only about I think it's 5 points a game. So let's get to that for let's get to that for a minute. Yeah, I mean this. You can't make this stuff up. I mean, we're paying. Please tell me where this makes sense. Now, I'll pause, and I understand that guys like Dwight Powell, Maxi Kleba, and Josh Richardson, Dorian Finney-Smith, they all missed time due to COVID. But we've had this issue with Dwight Powell in stretches last year before he injured his Achilles, and even before that. We're, we're talking about a guy who is supposed to be a good power forward who in 12 games on 19 minutes a game, averaging 5 points. No, I mean it, and it's elements like that that are, equaling to the team having the 10th worst offensive rating in the league. It's just, man, I just, but yeah, this transaction at the end of it, I don't see this happening unless unless you give somebody extra collateral with Porzingis to take his contract. I don't see something like this happening. That this trade doesn't make sense to me, and I wouldn't do it. But let me know what you guys think. Just whoever, typical NBA fan. I'm sure there's not a lot of Mavericks fans who who watch this channel. Quite a mixture here. Eagles fan that likes the Mavericks. I know, I get it. It's still awkward, but let me know what you guys think down in the comments. Would your team want Kristaps Porzingis? Would you be willing to? What assets would you be willing to trade away from? Let me know down in the comments, and yeah, that'll do it for me. The Mavericks do play tonight. I think it's at 6:30. I'd have to check the time again, but we're supposed to be going to Atlanta to face the Hawks for a 2-game stretch against them. So Luka versus Trey again. We'll see what happens. I don't have much optimism right now, and it's a shame, but it is what it is. Still, Mavs fan for life. That's it for me. This has been Lindy Endzone for the touchdown, and I'll catch you guys in the next one.